Jaguar X-Type, the only car in its class with all-wheel drive, standard. For exceptional values on the X-Type, visit your Jaguar retailer today.
Right now on Fox 5 News.
Well, they're all locked down, ready for the worst, but how can you get around all those roadblocks?
It looks frightening, mangled vehicles everywhere, but an angel must have been looking over their shoulders.
And the big news, Iron Mike is counted out. Could this be the end of his career? Good evening, I'm John Roland.
I'm Rosanna Scotto. It was a quick count in Vegas.
And a TKO against Mike Tyson. Fox 5 sports anchor John DeCepolo is here to fill you in right now. John.
All right, guys, thanks very much. Let's step inside the ring. Mike Tyson appeared before the Nevada Boxing Commission today, pleading to be reinstated for an April 6th bout with Lennox Lewis. Now, as you may recall, it was just a week ago that Tyson nearly incited a riot at a pre-fight press conference right here in the Big Apple. Tyson has been known to have problems outside the ring throughout his career, and after pleading his case today, was flat out denied.
They know they were wrong.
Mike, we'll be fighting Lennox Lewis.
You think that's you and Lennox Lewis done? You're not going to fight now?
Come on, Mike, let's just go.
Probably impossible we're not going to fight, but I'm going to fight him every time I see him in the streets, though, till he give me a fight.
Mike, there you go, fight him, we on the bike mission.
That's it. There's no more
on the bike mission.
So there you have it. The decision was 4-1. Tyson could possibly fight Lennox Lewis at a later date in a different state, but right now it will not be Nevada. That's yet to be determined. We'll keep you posted.
All righty, thank you very much, John. By the way, we want to welcome John to our sports family. He's our new sports guy. We'll be talking to him a little bit on later. Okay. Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, John. Johns. All right, the mess in Midtown starts tomorrow. We'll show you everything you need to know about the traffic problems in a moment. But first, it's already starting to look like an armed camp. Dick Brennan's in Midtown right now. Dick.
Yeah, Rosanna, the mess is really already started. We can show you across the street. You can see some barriers. That will become a checkpoint for diplomatic vehicles over the next few days. And we can tell you right now, everyone else will be shunned away. Now, in the meantime, protesters say they're going to be peaceful. Believe it or not, they say they're going to have puppet shows and street fairs. The NYPD says just in case, they'll have 4,000 cops. People who work in glass houses are worried about protesters throwing stones. People like Frank Arena. What are you doing about it?
Well, I removed a lot of the breakable things, a lot of the fragile, expensive items, one-of-a-kind pieces.
The Haru restaurant on 49th will stay open.
We worry about this one, but there's nothing we can do, right?
Seattle, 1999. It's scenes like this one that worry cops, but protesters at this year's World Economic Forum say not to worry.
Nothing we're going to do should give people any cause for alarm.
But the NYPD is not taking any chances and has been drilling for weeks. It's 2 days before this forum starts, but one thing you see, the NYPD has the streets already blanketed. Officers on patrol, a command and control center here on 49th Street, and one more thing you see plenty of, these barricades. Traffic in the area will be gridlocked, and traffic agents say they're ready. And how's your arm doing?
Oh, it's fine. Fine, it's doing fine. So far, I haven't got tired yet.
Warming up for tomorrow?
Yeah, exactly.
Veteran cabbies say it's nothing new.
In New York, it's always bad, so it doesn't worry me.
Yeah, somebody better talk to that guy because it's going to get much worse. It already is. I can tell you the streets around here are getting jammed up. Good idea. Don't come by here tomorrow. And, of course, 2 days from now, Thursday, the streets begin to shut down. We're live on the east side. Dick Brennan, Fox 5 News. Rosanna, back to you.
All right, Dick, it's going to be a real pain now. Here's what you need to know about the traffic in Midtown. Lexington Avenue will be closed from 57th to 47th, 49th Street closed from 3rd to Madison, 50th Street from 3rd to 5th Avenue, and 51st Street from Park to Madison. No parking zones from 47th to 52nd Streets. In the key areas on 49th and 50th Streets, the ban extends from 1st to 5th Avenue. Bus service is going to be detoured. The Lexington Avenue bus will be rerouted onto 2nd Avenue from 54th to 45th Street. And crosstown buses, the 49th Street bus will be moved to 45th Street from 2nd to Madison Avenue. The 50th Street eastbound bus will run on 54th Street from 6th to 2nd Avenue. John.
Well, Rosanna, there was a frightening situation in Rockland County. A truck lost control and tore apart a chunk of downtown Nyack. It's a miracle nobody was hurt. Bob DeCastro has more.
A stop sign, some parking meters, and 4 parked cars were not enough to slow down this runaway truck. It stopped only after slamming into a nearby office building.
We were looking for survivors actually in the cars that got hit. And if you saw the cars, it is incredible that no one was in these cars. I was expecting to see complete carnage.
When you look at these pictures, you have to wonder how not a single person was seriously hurt. The driver of the big rig, carrying a full load, told police he lost control of his brakes, and blaring his horn, he cut an obstacle course through this bustling street. Cars were left piled high in its destructive path. The owner of this real estate agency had left the office just 30 seconds before the truck crashed into it.
I'm just very lucky because I could have been killed. My dog is often in that window.
The truck burst into flames almost instantly, having severed a gas main. Fortunately, the driver only had minor injuries and was able to escape. The town of Nyack now awestruck. Other drivers, pedestrians, or merchants were not hurt.
Main Street is a very crowded street. There's, as you can see, it's 2 narrow lanes. It's one way in, one way out, and there's generally cars backed up through the traffic lights here. So it's a good thing that nobody else was injured.
Investigators are now inspecting that truck to determine if indeed mechanical failure is the cause of the accident. In the meantime, the owner of this real estate agency says he's setting up shop elsewhere, somewhere down the street. In Nyack, Bob DeCastro, Fox 5 News.
Sky Fox is over a bad crash in Riverdale at 242nd and Broadway. A car collided head-on with a commuter bus. We're told the car was headed south on Broadway, crossed the center line and hit the bus. The driver of the car is in critical condition. Nobody on the bus was hurt.
President Bush may not have just been concerned about his State of the Union address, but his state of his family as well. Police say his niece had a prescription for trouble, and now she's looking at some serious charges. Linda Schmidt has the details. Linda.
That's right there, Rosanna and John. Well, Noel Bush, the daughter of the president's brother Jeb Bush, is accused of committing a felony, trying to buy drugs with a phony prescription. This is 24-year-old Noel Bush with her family during election night for her dad. And this is Noel Bush today. It's her mugshot after being arrested about 1 o'clock this morning at this Walgreens pharmacy in Tallahassee. She's been charged with prescription fraud. Authorities say she called the pharmacy overnight after suffering a panic attack. They say she posed as a doctor and ordered Xanax, an anti-anxiety drug.
If you are a doctor or doctor's representative calling about a patient's prescription, press 1.
After Bush allegedly left a message, the pharmacist became suspicious and called police. When Noel pulled into the drive-through window to pick up the prescription, she was arrested.
If you fast forward a little bit and see where we stand as
At a news conference today, Florida Governor Jeb Bush said all questions about his daughter were off limits, and if any were asked, he would walk away. However, he and his wife released a statement saying that they are, quote, deeply saddened by the incident involving their only daughter, and that substance abuse is an issue confronting many families across our nation. Xanax is a minor tranquilizer, and experts say abuse of the drug is growing.
It can be addictive if it's used over a long period of time.
Noel Bush has been released from custody. She's going to be arraigned on Thursday. Now, if she is convicted, she could face 5 years in prison. But a Florida state's attorney says she will likely get probation, not any jail time. John and Rosanna?
All right, thanks very much, Linda. Elaine Duke, quite a woman. She's got a long way to go, but she survived the Trade Center attacks, took a big step toward recovery. She was severely burned, but she is out of the hospital. Riverdale DeMillo has her story.
Doctors gave her just a 10% chance to live, but Elaine Duke of Bayonne, New Jersey, beat the odds. After 4 months, she is leaving the Cornell Burn Center. A miracle. It is the only way to describe Elaine Duke's recovery.
God saved me. Like I said, if I was a few feet further in, I would have been blown up.
She was on the 88th floor, just a few floors below the impact zone, when the North Tower was hit by the first hijacked plane. She remembers seeing a flash of fire, and with burns over 70% of her body, Duke managed to make it to the ground floor where EMT Paul Adams found her.
We first pulled up, the second plane had just hit, and Elaine just came walking over with her friend. I couldn't believe it, and that's when we just grabbed her.
Duke, who works for the Port Authority, was rushed to St. Vincent's, then transferred to New York Presbyterian's Weill Cornell Burn Center.
There's over 150 people on the burn team that have contributed to the care of Miss Duke while she's been here.
Well, I have my ups and downs, But I think of that I want to get better, and I push very hard to get better.
Elaine Duke still has a long road to recovery ahead of her. She's now being transferred to the Burke Rehabilitation Hospital in White Plains, New York, at the Cornell Medical Center. Ernabelle DeMillo, Fox 5 News.
Now that we're in a drought warning, the message is don't waste water. But are you listening? James Ford reports there are a lot of people still wasting water. He's in Central Park right now. James.
Well, it rarely happens, but the lake here in Central Park is actually slightly below normal, part of why we have water restrictions throughout the metro area. And here in New York City, those restrictions are voluntary. The question is anyone volunteering? New York City water restriction day 2, and this is still a common sight. Restaurants are not supposed to serve water unless customers ask for it, but we found no eatery holding back.
Everything's the same. We don't feel the restriction on water.
The same might be said for customers, we found. Do the voluntary restrictions restrict them?
Not so far. They were just announced, yesterday, the day before? So, no, we haven't yet.
And we asked people on the street how they're responding to the restrictions.
My daughter told me today I should not leave the water running while I'm shaving. And so tomorrow morning we'll see if I remember that.
But his daughters are taking the water restriction very seriously. They don't wash dishes or clothes unless there's a full load, as daughter Allison pointed out.
Pants and socks and underwear and night shirts.
They both brushed their teeth with the water turned off, and here's the rule for baths.
I used a little bit and I turned it off.
Is this because you knew of the water restrictions?
Yep. My science teacher told me about it.
So the lesson on water can be learned from the young. And let's point out, as this situation worsens, and is expected to over the next couple of months, we here at Fox 5 will stay on water conservation patrol. Reporting live from Central Park, I'm James Ford, Fox 5 News. John, Rosanna?
Well, part of the reason we're in that situation is because we've been having such phenomenal weather today. In fact, a record breaker.
It was beautiful. The Fox 5 Weather Authority is on the case. Nick Gregory's here now with the first look at the forecast. Nick.
Yeah, we had 69 in the park today. That smashed the old record of 55 set back in 1975. 70 in Newark, 68 in Bridgeport, all new records. Right now, it is still like springtime. 64 degrees, mostly cloudy. The southwesterly wind gusting up to 21 miles per hour. And area temperatures are still quite mild. 63 in Queens, 58 Newark, 50 at White Plains. It does drop into the lower 40s, though, in the lower Hudson Valley and up by the Hamptons with the wind off the water. Overnight, the clouds arrive. A little rain, too. 49 the low in the city, if it even gets down that far, and some upper 30s in the northern and western suburbs. Where's the rain coming from? Look at the radar. You can see it advancing in from the west. And will it be a wet commute for you and a wet rest of Wednesday? We'll talk about that in the full forecast just a little bit here on the program.
Also coming up, classic commercials dating back to, wait a second, isn't that Britney Spears? How'd she do that, Rosanna?
All right, since 9/11, so many people have lined up for benefits that they deserve. But can you believe there are people out there trying to cheat the system? Our report's going to make you angry. Felipe.
I'm Felipe Luciano in Queens. Last week, Monday, we talked to you about a 70-year-old woman whose sewer pipe had burst and had to go to the bathroom in a 5-gallon bucket. Problem solvers took care of business. We'll show you the results. Stay tuned.
Fox 5 Problem Solvers. Call us at 1-877-TEL-FOX5 or log on to fox5ny.com. Closed captioning brought to you by your New York, New Jersey, Connecticut Lexus dealer who invite you to test drive a Lexus today.
Yes, go get some fruit.
Thank you for calling Verizon. My name is Jackie. How may I help you? You know, my family can really talk. Can't you hear? You know, I really like to stay in control of everything. The local package from Verizon can help make your life a little easier.
Call 1-866-332-7682 now. One low monthly rate gives you all the services you need.
He was not talking to you. He was so...
Sign up and get great savings, plus unlimited local calling.
I have friends out in LA. My dad lives in Florida. You know, I like to keep in touch with everyone.
Well, that's easy to take care of.
Now you can get unlimited local service combined with our most popular services, like caller ID, call waiting, and three-way calling. Get great savings, plus qualify for great rates on long distance.
Sounds like the plan for me.
The sooner you call, the sooner we can put it all together for you. Call 1-866-332-7682 now to sign up for the local package.
Verizon.
Gas is natural. Gas is also clean, efficient, and reliable. And if you switch to gas heat from Keyspan Energy Delivery, you'll get a free boiler, too.
And New York continues to rebound.
New York's starting to come back, but I'm still worried. Our schools still aren't getting the help they need. Now the stakes are higher than ever. And our children need the best possible teachers. Teachers who will teach the basics, keep our kids safe, and prepare them for a more complex world. We can't afford to fail our kids. We've got to attract good teachers, and we've got to keep them.
Compared to Honda Civic and Ford Focus, Dodge Neon ES gives you more cool features, like 132 horsepower, 6-speaker CD sound system, spoiler, and fog lamps, for thousands less. Just something to reflect on. Grab Dodge's 7-100 powertrain protection pledge. Ford, GM, and Toyota don't have it.
Live from the Fox 5 television studios in New York City, you're watching Fox 5 News at 10.
Well, workers are tearing up Louise Byron's home, and you know what? She could be happier. She couldn't get help to fix her sewage pipe, so she called the Fox 5 problem solvers. Felipe Luciano was in Queens right now. Felipe.
Thank you, John. 111-35 207th Street in Queens Village is breathing a sigh of relief tonight. Mrs. Louise Richardson, Mrs. Louise Byron, 70 years of age, and her daughter Charisse have had to live without a toilet, without drinking water, without a shower, because a tree's roots near their property had ruptured their sewer pipe. We opened the covered hole to see what the workmen had done. The water pipes run from the house to the main sewage system outside. Most of the digging had to be done in the front yard. That's where the root of the problem was. The Human Resources Administration sent $4,000 to the plumber as a down payment toward the replacement of the sewer pipe. Now Mrs. Byron doesn't have to use this bucket to go to the bathroom. There is gratitude in this household. Now Mrs. Byron can actually use her own toilet. And it works. Problem solved. Mrs. Byron and her daughter were relieved that someone took the time to come to their aid and follow through.
Before, I got nothing but headaches or run around. Nobody would help me. Only Channel 5 did solve the problem.
Fox 5 did the work that the city could not do, that our congressmen could not do. You guys really facilitated.
The total cost of the plumbing is $8,000. The controller's office says they will expedite the claim and get the results to Mrs. Byron as quickly as possible. Felipe Luciano, Fox 5 News. Back to John and Rosanna.
All right, thank you very much, Felipe. And if you've got a problem, you give us a call. It's toll-free, 1-877-TEL-FOX-5.
Tonight, as you saw right here on Fox 5, President Bush delivered his second State of the Union address. The two big themes, fighting the war on terror and fighting to bring our economy back.
Once we have funded our national security and our homeland security, the final great priority of my budget is economic security for the American people.
Mr. Bush told the country terrorism is still a very real threat and our war against terror is only beginning. He pushed his economic stimulus package, claiming Congress must pass it to help quickly end the recession. Without mentioning Enron by name, the president also called for new safeguards to protect 401k retirement funds and pension plans. He also issued a call to service. He urged Americans to commit to 2 years or 4,000 hours of community service.
All right, you stay with us.
We'll be right back.
They're strutting their stuff, teaching us tricks. The one and only Harlem Globetrotters. Tomorrow on Good Day, starting at 5:30 a.m. on Fox 5.
Still the funniest show on TV. Everyone loves it. And now even more laughs for late night.
Is it cool in here or is it just me?
The New York shows that have people talking.
Yada, yada, yada. I'm on First and First. Let's be at the nexus of the universe.
Seinfeld and Just Shoot Me starting at 11 p.m. on Fox 5, the home of comedy.
240 horsepower Nissan Pathfinder.
Don't let the name fool you. You actually have to go out to cash in on the savings during Levitt's Stay Indoors sale. So venture out for this. Low sale prices on the furniture you want, and you won't even have to dip into your wallet. Levitt's preferred customer card takes care of it with no money down, no payments, and no interest until February 2003. Or pay now and take an extra discount. With new furniture from Levitt's, you won't mind staying indoors.
How would you like to earn CD rates without tying up your money? Simple. With the Orange Savings Account from ING Direct, everyone earns the same high 3.5% rate. With no minimum balance requirement and no fees. And unlike CDs, you can always get at your money. Still think there's a catch? There isn't one. You just didn't have a choice before.
Call 1-800-ING Direct for great rates with no minimums and no fees. 1-800-ING Direct. Just stay in its tracks.
Just stay in its tracks.
The Jaguar X-Type, the only car in its class with all-wheel drive, standard. For exceptional values on the X-Type, visit your Jaguar retailer today.
You may find yourself saying, how dare they, when you find out what a bunch of people are accused of doing.
Absolutely despicable, Rosanna. Imagine pretending that you're victims of the Trade Center disaster to get some cold, hard cash. Christopher Jones reports.
If you go to Lower Manhattan and enter this building on Worth Street, a building that used to house the Motor Vehicle Department, you'll see scores of victims of the World Trade Center disaster filling out forms and speaking with counselors. They're there seeking funds that are rightfully theirs from several different agencies, including the Federal Emergency Management Agency, the Red Cross, and Safe Horizon.
I had a business in One World Trade Center. My firm was destroyed. Everything was destroyed. We're trying to stay in business.
While the vast majority of those seeking aid are truly victims, like this woman, Manhattan DA Robert Morgenthau announced the arrests of 17 people today who allegedly claimed they were victims and were not, 12 of them employees of the Port Authority.
We just want to make sure that the word is out that you file a false claim and you're going to be prosecuted. 4
of those under arrest are accused of stealing more than $20,000 from FEMA by claiming these apartments at South Street and Clinton Streets were damaged, when in fact they were far away from the scene and undamaged. Meanwhile, some true victims find compensation elusive.
A lot of people getting a lot of illegitimate money, and I've been working from my bedroom since September 12th.
The amounts allegedly stolen are not very big and ordinarily would not lead to jail time. But as District Attorney Morgenthau points out, it's not the amount of money stolen, it's who the money was stolen from. And that very well could lead to jail. Christopher Jones, Fox 5 News.
Coming up in weather, well, we'll be chasing away the heat a little bit, but we'll be getting some drought relief, which we need. I'll tell you about it next. What's the Dodge Tri-State forecast for tomorrow?
At 42nd Street, the applause begins the second the curtain goes up.
That is the most amazing feeling I've ever had in my whole entire life.
Come and meet those dancing feet.
Every night I get a thrill because I know that we're making people happy. It's a dream come true, being in 42nd Street, on 42nd Street in New York City. It's amazing.
Get your tickets today for the 2001 Tony Award winner.
John? John, what are you doing? John? Come on, John, it's my turn to drive. Hello?
Right now, lease a Saab 9.5 Sport Wagon for as low as $429 a month for 36 months. For details, see your participating Saab dealer.
At Mickey D's, the smiles are bigger than ever. Here's why.
Right now at McDonald's, get a big, delicious double cheeseburger for just $1. Or how about our tasty, one-of-a-kind McChicken sandwich? It's also just $1. They're both on our Mickey D's Dollar menu. A double cheeseburger, a McChicken sandwich, and lots more. All just $1 each. Every day on the Mickey D's Dollar menu.
So come on in. We're all waiting for you.
We love to see you smile.
Everything about her,
Nadia, I'm John,
is perfect. But nothing about her is what it seems.
Nadia has secret to tell. Oh, jeez.
Now, before they share a future,
I need your help.
they have to survive her past. Critics rave. Nicole Kidman is terrific. She keeps you guessing all the way through in the coolest new movie of the year, Birthday Girl, rated R. In theaters everywhere Friday.
Siemens one-day sale. New furniture. Low sale prices. And no payments at all till April 2003. Wednesday only. Siemens one-day sale. Furniture for your home. With no down payment, no finance charges, and no monthly payments until April 2003. Or an additional cash discount. Wednesday only. Siemens one-day sale.
For football fans, the game's the thing, but for everybody else, ooh, those commercials. Keep your eye out for Danny and Brittany. Brittany's been doing her own Super Bowl preps. You're going to see a lot of her on Super Sunday. Her time warp takes you from the 50s through the 60s, the Woodstock era.
I like the 70s, man.
The 80s, and the 21st century.
That's brisk, baby. Cut! What's the problem?
Excuse me, but so you puppets are fired.
Nobody fires Danny DeVito.
You can call this Honey, They Shrunk Danny DeVito. The Revenge of the Puppets.
This is purely a business decision.
Off the record, we should be fired.
Well, by the way, the Fox network will get $2 million for a 30-second commercial that airs in the first quarter. After that, the price goes down to $1.5 million. That's still more than twice what NBC will get during the Olympics.
We're not going to call this January. We're going to call this Juniuary after we had temperatures in the 60s and low 70s today. The new record in New York, 69 for the high, 50 the low. Again, that new record eclipsed the old record that was set back in 1975, and that was 55 degrees, so we smashed it. -1 in 1873. It's still mild now at 64 in New York. Dew point at 52, a mostly cloudy sky, 65% humidity, a gusty southwesterly wind, and the pressure is falling. For good reason, we got a front that's trying to drop on down. Here comes some rain with that front. It probably will be raining for your commute in the morning. Of course, we need the rain badly, and it looks like that band of rain goes back into the Ohio Valley and will likely bother us for the first part of tomorrow into the early part of the afternoon before we just stay into a cloudy sky. But cold air's just off to the north. It will seep down tomorrow night with another batch of moisture moving in. We get into sleet, freezing rain, and snow in the northern suburbs with rain for the city and the coast tomorrow night into early Thursday morning. So it could be a bit of a mess. Let's check the forecast then overnight. It'll be a cloudy one. Rain comes in around daybreak, 49 in the city, upper 30s well north and west. Tomorrow, sunrise 7:08, going down at 5:11, and just kind of a wet morning into the early afternoon. Probably those numbers even a little higher, middle to upper 50s across the area. And then the 5 days showing sleet and rain for Thursday morning with this rain in the afternoon, only 36, some rain on Friday in the morning, 54, and then a cold seasonal February weekend with some sunshine. That's our weather. John DeCepolos up next with sports.
To lose weight, I use Dexatrim Natural. It's a dietary supplement that helps me eat less. And its dual-action metabolizer burns more fat and gives me added energy for my healthy lifestyle. Drug-free Dexatrim Natural. It's a natural.
Use an ordinary pain rub on your arthritis and everyone knows it. Use odor-free Aspercream instead and get clinically proven fast-acting pain relief no one knows about but you. Aspen-free Aspercream. Fast pain relief no one knows about but you.
Gotta make it better.
Hey, how does Sam Breakstone make his cottage doubles even better?
Berries! That's it!
Introducing 2 Breakstone's cottage doubles, blueberry and raspberry.
I'm a genius!
Some people like the original. Some people like it extra spicy. The Civic. Get a taste at your Honda dealer.
For a limited time, get special APR financing as low as 2.9% for 36 months on new Civics.
Huffman Coos winter sale has been extended, but only till Monday. Get the lowest prices of the season and pay nothing at all for a full year. But get here today, because when it's gone for good.
That's the beauty of Huffman Coos.
Hurry, sale ends Monday.
Jason Kidd of the Nets was named to this year's NBA All-Star Game as a reserve today. Kidd is second in the league in assists, and he's been a major factor in New Jersey's production this season. Meanwhile, the Knicks had a star in their building tonight, but unfortunately, he does not play for them. Allen Iverson and the 76ers visiting the Garden tonight. And while Iverson was virtually invincible, thankfully the Knicks were not. How about Marcus Camby early on going up and rocking the iron? Then at the end of the first, from midcourt, Mark Jackson off the loose ball. Check it out. Now, would we show it to you if you missed it? Of course not. Nails it off the glass. Knicks by 2 at the break. Third quarter. It's Jackson again. This time, the alley-oop, Marcus Camby up strong, iron time. Knicks by 6 and starting to pull away. And then of all people, how about Charlie Ward? Knicks, the great ball movement and Ward from the land where threes are wild, and he lights it up. And he wasn't done yet. Later, taking Allen Iverson to school, going baseline as the Knicks win their 4th in a row by 6 over Philly. Well, 2 years ago, Larry Robinson took over the reins as head coach of the New Jersey Devils and then went on to win the Stanley Cup. Now 2 years later, he's gone, fired yesterday. Interim skipper Kevin Constantine now takes over and tonight made his head coaching debut right where Robinson did 2 years ago, on the road at the Nassau Coliseum to face the Islanders. Pick up the action in the first period. Devils on the attack. Patrick Elias uses Jason Arnott as a screen out in front and lights the lamp to give Jersey a quick 2-0 lead. But just seconds later, Kit Miller gets his own rebound to bounce off of Martin Brodeur to cut the deficit to 1. In the second, Devils again, Bobby Holik streaking to the net, and he buries it with the backhander for his 16th of the season as the Devils give Constantine his first win as their new head coach. 3-1 the final. Meanwhile, Eric Lindros of the Rangers is going to be sidelined for at least a week. The reason? His right knee. He sprained his medial collateral ligament when he collided with a Tampa Bay player on Monday night. Lindros will also not be playing in the NHL All-Star Game coming up this Saturday in L.A. All right, finally, it was Media Day down in New Orleans for the Super Bowl 36, a game you can catch right here on Fox 5 beginning at 3 p.m. And, of course, the big story now is who's going to start at quarterback for the New England Patriots, Drew Bledsoe or Tom Brady?
I don't anticipate not playing, so I'll say that. I anticipate playing, so, the hypothetical of not playing really doesn't come into my mind.
Whoever starts at quarterback, we got to win the game. I've been here one time and lost this game, and to come to this game and not win is almost worse than not coming at all.
Finally, college hoops tonight. Seton Hall beats St. John's in Jersey by 2, 63-61 in overtime. And that's sports.
All righty. Thank you, sir. Once again, welcome to Fox 5. Welcome home in a certain extent. John graduated from Hofstra, been working for our Fox station in Dallas. We are happy to have him here with us in the Big Apple.
Glad to be here, guys. Thank you very much.
Good to see you, John. That's a report for tonight. I'm John Roland.
And I'm Rosanna Scotto.
Good night.
I'm John Ravitz. I want to be your state senator because we have a lot of work to do.
To restore our economy and bring back good jobs. To make our schools better with high standards and safe classrooms.
To protect our quality of life.
To support the men and women who risk and give their lives to protect ours. To unify our city because nobody's stronger than New Yorkers when we come together.
I'm John Ravitz. I'm ready to do my part. Let's get going.
You gotta do the hard stuff. You gotta clean out the closets. Get on with your life without her.
When we lose someone, are they gone forever?
I felt like she was there in the house.
She said she'd be coming to see me.
Charlie, there's something going on.
This is not Joe. It was Emily.
She's trying to reach me.
Emily!
Dragonfly, rated PG-13, at theaters Friday, February 22nd.